Good morning, mummies. How are we all doing today? I'm sitting here in my very peaceful, if rather messy kitchen because the kids are now at school. Yay! Peace and quiet in my house today. Anyway, it's Mother's Day coming up this Sunday, and us mums are very much deserving of more than one day a year dedicated to us, but nevertheless, we'll have to settle for one day a year for now, I think. And it's got me thinking, where we should all be looking after ourselves so much better and really taking care of ourselves as mums and prioritizing ourselves more and really being kind to ourselves, because we're a bit mean to ourselves, aren't we, with all that mum guilt. I wonder whether there is too much pressure on mums these days to lose the baby weight, especially quite soon after you've had a baby. And it reminded me of an LBC radio interview that I did a couple of years ago, I think it was, or whenever it was that Rebecca Adlington has her baby, the Olympic swimmer, Rebecca Adlington. She had a baby and she posted up this picture on Instagram, I think it was, of her doing some sort of workout with her baby next to her. And the baby was quite young, and obviously she's an athlete and she relies on her body being fit to get in shape, fit to do her job, whereas most people don't have that pressure. But even so, the question came up as to whether she was doing that just because it's her job, or whether she actually felt this real pressure, especially as somebody in the public eye, to get her figure back ASAP. You see a lot of celebrities doing it, where movie stars and models and things, and they just look like a model again a week after giving birth. And I think a lot of us forget that these people have full-time nannies, cleaners, nutritionists, chefs, trainers. They have a lot more resources at their disposal to achieve that. And that's not even asking the question, is that necessary or even healthy? Because let's not forget, giving birth after spending 9 months being pregnant is a massive thing for your body to go through. And I think, personally, I think that the focus should be more about rest and recovery first. And then when you're ready, by all means, if you put on extra weight, then lose it in a healthy way. But if you're absolutely exhausted, you've just had a baby, maybe you haven't had your 6-week checkup. God, I get mums coming to me who are pregnant, saying they're concerned about their how much weight they've put on and they want to lose weight. And I'm like, you haven't even had the baby yet. And a lot of the time, they're not even particularly overweight. They'll say how much weight they've put on. I'm like, yeah, you're carrying a baby and water. Of course you've put on weight. Of course that's going to weigh something. So yes, you've put on weight, but have you put on way too much for somebody who's pregnant? Sometimes a little bit extra, but sometimes not. But even if you have, when you're pregnant, you need to nourish your baby and you need to nourish your body to do that. So if you're doing the things that you should be doing to optimally nourish your body to be pregnant and to carry a baby, you won't put on a ton of weight, because part of that nourishment process means not eating cake for two. That is not nourishment. And I think the only reason that anybody puts on weight is due to excess calories. Now, some people put on more than others during pregnancy because hormones mean that sometimes you store what you eat a little bit easier than you would when you weren't pregnant. Sometimes you do hold on to some of that energy, but not excessively. You're not going to put on a massive amount. You can't put on more than you eat. You're going to be burning a certain amount every day just by existing, just by breathing and your heart beating and stuff. So if you're going to put on a ton of weight, it is because you're eating too many calories. But so that aside, whatever happens, maybe you do put on too much weight, and at some point you're going to have to lose that. Look, a week after you give birth is really not the time to be thinking about that. Again, you want to repair your body. You want to fuel your body to have enough energy to keep up with sleepless nights. Maybe you're breastfeeding, so you need to be producing good quality milk. And I think, as much as I'm 100% up for looking after your body, caring for it, being in a healthy state, whatever that means to you, and being in a really good condition, because that makes life so much better. the fact that people come to me when they're still pregnant or having just given birth going, I've got to lose this weight. I'm like, whoa, slow down, you know, just why not just have a nap, you know? Okay, you don't have to live off like white toast and biscuits. I could probably offer you some just as quick but more nourishing alternatives to that. But as for trying to lose all the baby weight in like a fortnight and look like a supermodel straight away, it's like you're gonna stress yourself out, you're gonna stress your body out so badly. And if you just put the emphasis on more of a positive point of view, like just looking after yourself means eating nourishing food in the right amount. And if you can, go and get a little bit of movement into your day. Even if that's just doing a bit of housework, pottering around, doing some housework, being up on your feet, that's better than nothing. Yeah, because we all know what that state the house gets in when you've had a baby. So if you want to get some movement in, maybe that's a way of killing two birds with one stone. I find as a mum, we have endless opportunity for something called NEAT, which is non-exercise activity thermogenesis, and that basically means all the movement we do that isn't formal exercise, like tidying the house. Come on, mums. Do not tell me you have a spotless house. If you tell me you've got a spotless house and everything's tidy and everything's perfect, you're lying to me. Either you're lying to me or you're one of those celebrities that has a nanny and a cleaner and blah, 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 okay? So if you can't get out the house, just tidy the house. That's a bit of movement if you want to get a little bit of movement in today. Obviously, some fresh air and getting out for a walk would be great for you, but please don't feel that you have to, like, look like somebody who's not had a baby when you just have, because, you know, slow down. There are more important things in the world. Anyway, I'm going to get off now. I know you're all busy. I'm busy. So in the link that I put with this video, there is a link to that interview that I did for LBC if you want to have a listen. And I'd love to hear your thoughts below, and whether you as a mum, whether you're pregnant now, whether you've got kids, whether you've just had a baby, did you feel the pressure to get into shape straight away? I didn't, but I was I'll be honest, I was one of those people who a lot of mums hate, because I didn't get a firm tummy for ages. I had a soggy tummy, but I didn't put on a ton of weight. And breastfeeding, that's partly because I didn't gorge on cake for 3 people. But also I just, when it came to breastfeeding, I was one of those people who just endlessly having to eat more to just keep up with the milk demand. It's not the same now. No, I'm not breastfeeding, but while I was breastfeeding, I was one of those people who it was just all going straight to the milk, and I was having to eat more and more and more. That's not the same for everybody. Again, it's a hormonal thing, and some people find that while they're breastfeeding, they're still, like when they're pregnant, holding on to more weight. And some people find that they can't eat enough to keep up with the demand. So I was that. So I was one of those, but even so, I think even and this is coming from somebody who used to have an eating disorder, remember, recognise that actually the most important thing as a mummy, as a new mum, was just to bond with my baby and to not worry about the flabby tummy. Geez, I still have a little bit of a jelly belly and I work out all the time, okay? So, you know, it's not the end of the world. There are more important things. Love to hear your thoughts, and I will speak to you all later.